Education is shaping the future of the current generation.
My name is Tamer Masoudin. I'm 28. I am Arab, Israeli, and Bedouin. I'm not Jewish. I'm Arab Muslim. I lived all my life in the southern part of Israel. I grew up there. I lived there. I worked there. I taught there as a teacher in the youth movement, as a counselor in the youth movement for a really a long period of time during my early 20s. And as of now, I'm an analyst, political analyst, and a political commentator in my free time, and a social media activist. Well, I would say it heavily influenced me because I grew up Muslim. I grew up speaking Arabic. I grew up in a very conservative traditional Arab society. So in a way, all of this helped me to feel connected to the rest of the Middle East that is around me. Given that I also have family in Jordan and distant family relatives in Egypt as well. Um, so I feel like my identity is the identity of the Middle East, very complex, very intertwined, very connected, and very diverse.
I would say that it taught me a lot of being independent. Since when you grew up in the desert and you live in the desert, and the fact that, for example, my school was roughly 4 or 5 kilometers away, so we had to walk to school and come back every morning. And the life in the desert is very, even today, by today's standards, even though that we have technology and everything to make our life easier, it's tougher. It's rough. So it grows a lot of characteristics in you, such as emotional resilience, physical resilience, independence, and stuff like that. That is nowadays people highlight that are very important in a leader. And also for me, it taught me the sense of a community. The Bedouin community is a community. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody is connected to everybody. Well, because it was very important for me to show kids that were my age, that were in my age when I was a kid, and I was thinking about finding my way and paving my path. I wanted to give them the example of, if you work hard enough and if you take all the opportunities that the country is giving you and the people are giving you, you can succeed a lot in life, and also you can succeed in your own community, and you can basically take your take your community and put it even on a higher stool, which is for me was the main motivation behind it. I wanted to set an example, also for my family. Oh, I think the most important thing is the fact that when you look and you view education, education is shaping the future of the current generation, right? So when you have kids who are 4, 5, 10 in school or in those ages, this is the most crucial part for the development of the human brain. This is where your personality starts to develop. This is where your views on the world starts to develop. This is where you understand social constructs and stuff related to that. So slowly you begin to build yourself as an individual, and these individuals slowly start to build a community. So when you have education and you have tools, for example, that educate for peace, for tolerance, for communication, for connecting between the people, for diversity, for equality, these are very important, because this is in the looks of the future. This the same generation that you're working with at that age, and 20, 30 years later, could be the next generation of diplomats, of health workers, of teachers, of people in different positions.
I would say I worked in a youth movement that is called uh, the Working and Learning Youth, which is an Arab Jewish youth movement that consists of roughly 100,000 students, I would say, which is the second largest youth movement in the region, not only in my country. I would say one of the most powerful things that I really enjoyed is the summer camps. Throughout the entire year, you spend all the year trying to convince the students to come to the summer camps, and they study how to become and they learn how to become counselors and leaders by their own. And then after that, after the year, you set them to schools and you tell them, well, each one of you are going to have a group of like 10, 20, 15 students, and you're going to do the same to them, to what I did to you. And that was, in my opinion, that's the most powerful thing. You bring a group of Black, white, Jewish, Arab, Christian students all mixed together, and you make them educators, and you send them back to the country and society. It's amazing. I would say the signing of the Abraham Accords. That was the moment, because up until then I was extremely highly invested in education, informal education. This is what I did, and then when I saw the signing of the Abraham Accords, I was extremely happy.